it's a land of spirituality, but people have forgotten the essence of spirituality, lost in
Hmm.
all the other stuff, like the whole drama,
Yes.
the charade, religious stuff, ये वो क्रिया कर्म कांड, ये वो
सब।
भगवान पता नहीं क्या क्या, भगवान को क्या बना दिया, आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे हैव मेड। जैसे हम भारतीय लोग, अगर हम खुद की बात करें, हमारी संस्कृति की बात करें, योगा की बात,
हम्म।
ध्यान की बात,
हम्म।
आयुर्वेदा की बात करें, इन सब चीजों की बात करें, ये सब चीजें ना बहुत करप्ट हो गई हैं। ये माइंडसेट हमें अभी तोड़ना है, दिस कॉलोनाइज्ड माइंडसेट। ये एक बहुत बड़ा, इन माय ओपिनियन इट्स अ बिग वॉर गोइंग ऑन, वेयर वी हैव टू री इन्वेंट, रीडिस्कवर आवर होल आइडिया ऑफ अ सिस्टम दैट इज मोर नेचुरल सेंट्रिक।
ओके, सो आज हमारे साथ कार्तिकेय लादा हैं एंड ही इज ऑथर एंड ऑफ कोर्स ही हैव बीन ट्रैवलिंग अराउंड द वर्ल्ड एंड पास्ट मेनी इयर्स एंड ये अमेज़न के जंगलों में भी इन्होंने ट्रैवल किया है और ये कॉरपोरेट वर्ल्ड से भी अपने पास्ट में इन्होंने काम किया है, तो ये काफ़ी एक्सपीरियंस हैं और इन्होंने 3 बुक्स पब्लिश की है और इनकी लेटेस्ट बुक अभी है अनहर्ड, जो कि आज हम पॉडकास्ट में बात करने वाले हैं एपिसोड में। और इनकी फर्स्ट बुक थी ड्रीम बियॉन्ड शैडोज और लाइफ अननोन। सो ये सारी चीज़ों के बारे में आज हम कार्तिकेय से बात करेंगे। काफ़ी ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस हैं ट्रैवलिंग को लेकर के, स्पिरिचुअलिटी को लेकर के, अवेयरनेस को लेकर के एंड विजडम ऑफ कोर्स अ लॉट ऑफ द थिंग्स। सो आज हम इनके साथ सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पॉडकास्ट एपिसोड होने वाला है। सो कार्तिकेय, वेलकम ऑन द बिगिनर्स माइंडसेट पॉडकास्ट। हाउ आर यू?
Thank you for having me here. Hope you are well, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay, I'm fine. So Kartikeya, my first question is how this your recent book is differentiate between your 2 books that you published in the past, like Dream Beyond Shadows and Life Unknown, और जो आपकी न्यू बुक है अनहर्ड। तो ये कंसेप्ट क्या है, ये आपके दोनों बुक से इसमें अलग ऐसा क्या है?
Yeah, so Unheard is a fictional book. ये फिक्शन किताब है। तो ये
Yes.
इमेजिनरी कहानी मैंने एक बनाई है, जो कि पहली किताब है मेरी, नॉन फिक्शन है। उसमें मैंने अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड ट्रैवल स्टोरीज शेयर करी थी। फर्स्ट वाली में पेरू एंड साउथ अमेरिका एंड अमेज़न था, एंड सेकंड वाली पूरी इंडिया के अराउंड ट्रैवल स्टोरी थी। तो इसमें फर्स्ट डिफरेंस ये है कि ये एक फिक्शनल नॉवल है। दूसरा है कि ये कहानी बनाने का रीज़न मेरा प्राइमरली ये था, जो कि टाइटल भी कहता है अनहर्ड। अनहर्ड माने हर्ड, जो हम कहते हैं भेड़ चाल, उसको तोड़ने का माइंडसेट अनहर्ड, लाइक ब्रेकिंग आउट ऑफ द हर्ड माइंडसेट, ब्रेकिंग आउट ऑफ द हर्ड थिंकिंग एंड बीइंग एंड लिविंग एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट। तो हाउ टू like inspiring people to be able to imagine a reality they want in life and be able to create that. So that was the concept, and वही story के through हम I've tried to deliver in Unheard. And love, it's a tale of love, wisdom and strength. So love माने heart, wisdom माने mind and strength माने शरीर। जो कि 3 चीज़ें मुझे लगता है बहुत ज़रूरी है किसी भी इंसान के लिए, टू लिव अ बैलेंस लाइफ एंड लिव अ वेरी इंस्पायरिंग लाइफ। सो इंस्पायर आप दूसरों को तभी कर सकते हो जब आपकी खुद की लाइफ इंस्पायरिंग है, यू नो, व्हेन यू फील इंस्पायर्ड योरसेल्फ in what you are doing, what you are creating, and what you are going through. And you know, life is very simple, but we have made it very complicated in the modern world, you know.
Yes.
So it's about how to simplify our lives again. And इसमें लोगों की भी गलती नहीं है, because systematically अब हम ऐसे सोसाइटी में रह रहे हैं where you know we are consumed by technology, we are consumed by distraction, we are just consumed. Basically we are consumers and we are being consumed and we are consuming. So उसमें consciousness and awareness लाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। एंड ज़रूरी इसलिए कि लोगों को खुद से जुड़ के, जो एक्चुअली में वो यहाँ करने आए हैं, उनका पर्पस जो है लाइफ में, उससे जुड़ना बहुत ज़रूरी है आज के समय में। बिकॉज स्पेशली मेरा फोकस इंडिया में ही अभी ज़्यादा है, ऑन इंडियन यूथ, बिकॉज देयर इज सो मच यूथ हियर इन दिस कंट्री एंड आई फील लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ यूथ इज जस्ट लॉस्ट. They don't know what they are supposed to do. They don't know what they are meant to be doing or what life is. So they are basically just lost. And I've been in that place, you know. And So yeah, that's the idea with the story, to really bring a character and a story to people that can inspire them, that they can relate to. It's not a Bollywood story. It's not romanticizing reality. It's about reality is can be challenging and hard. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But it's up to you what you choose to make out of it, and reminding people that they always have a choice, privileged or not, unprivileged or not. It's about your mindset. It's about what you make out of the worst of the situations.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's really going to the core of the human psychology and human existence, and getting people to look at life in a much deeper way and more with that expanded view rather than that
Okay.
limited linear way of thinking. So I hope this answers the question.
Yeah, a lot of information you share in this 1 or 2 minutes. So you talked about, the balanced life and a lot of the things you shared. I wanted to go into deeper everything that you have shared, every topic. So basically you just talked about a balanced life. So मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि ये balanced life हमारे youth में, पहले तो बताइए बैलेंस लाइफ कैसे हम एक इम्प्लीमेंट करें अपने अंदर, स्पेसिफिकली जो ये स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके लाइफ में, तो ये बैलेंस लाइफ होता क्या है एक्चुअली?
ये एक्चुअली बहुत ही रेलेवेंस टॉपिक है, बिकॉज एक आंसर सब पे अप्लाई नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज सबका बैलेंस भी अलग है। सब इंसान अलग है, उनका बैलेंस अलग है, उनकी लाइफ चॉइसेस अलग हैं, उनके एम्बिशंस अलग हैं, उनके एस्पिरेशंस अलग हैं, उनका इंटेलेक्ट लेवल अलग है। सो देयर आर मेनी डिफरेंसेस। तो सबका बैलेंस भी अलग अलग होगा। जब मैं बैलेंस की बात करता हूँ तो हर इंसान को ये सोचना है कि ठीक है, वो जो कर रहे हैं करना चाहिए, जो एस्पायर कर रहे हैं करना चाहिए, पर उनको एक लॉन्ग टर्म विजन के साथ करना चाहिए चीजों को, कि आप जो कर रहे हो वो आपके पास समय है। सो ये आज के यूथ, बिकॉज हम जिस सोसाइटी में अब रह रहे हैं कि लोग बहुत एंग्शियस हो गए हैं। उनको लगता है कि आज ही का दिन है, सब अभी करना है, सब ये
राइट।
वो बैलेंस, जब हम बात करते हैं ना, बैलेंस की बात ये है कि एक ठहराव आना जरूरी है हमारे अंदर, कि टाइम है हमारे पास, समय है, समय जा रहा है बट समय है। समय का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हमें समय से बंधना नहीं है। समय हमें बांध के रखा हुआ है। अभी हमें समय के बंधन से मुक्त होना है। तो वो जब हम समय के बंधन से जब मुक्त होते हैं तो हमारे पास ना एक ब्रीदिंग स्पेस आ जाती है। तो उसमें हम लाइफ को थोड़ा रिलैक्स्ड वे में करते हैं, और वो काम हमारा उतना ही हो रहा है बल्कि ज्यादा होने लग जाता है। सो दिस आइडिया कि वी हैव टू बी लाइक एंग्शियस एंड बी ऑन इट ऑल द टाइम is quite misleading for a lot of people, I believe personally, because कि जब आप relaxed हो, आप थोड़े संयम में हो, आप ठहराव में हो, आप actually ज्यादा काम कर पाते हो। your mind focuses better. So आप 3 घंटे में ज्यादा काम कर पाओगे जितना आप पहले 6 घंटे में कर रहे थे 10 काम करने की कोशिश। that focus needs to come back. एंड ये जो मैं कह रहा हूँ वो सब मुझ पे भी अप्लाई करता है। लाइक आई ट्राई टू अप्लाई दीज थिंग्स इन लाइफ। आई एम नॉट परफेक्ट एट ऑल। तो मैं भी जब एंग्शियस हो जाता हूँ तो आई ऑल्सो जस्ट रिमाइंड माई सेल्फ दीज थिंग्स, एंड दे हेल्प मी। सो आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग विद यू और योर लिसनर्स द सेम थिंग दैट आई अप्लाई फॉर माई सेल्फ। इट्स नॉट लाइक कि मैंने मास्टरी कर ली है एंड फिर मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। बेसिकली हमें बैलेंस जिस तरीके से टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसेस हुए हैं लास्ट 30 इयर्स में, उस बायोलॉजी और साइकोलॉजी को बैलेंस करने की हमें बहुत जरूरत है, बिकॉज टेक्नोलॉजिकली एक्सपोनेंशियली एडवांस हुई है एकदम से। मतलब पहले एग्रीगेरियन सोसाइटी थे हजारों साल तक, एकदम से हम टेक्नोक्रेटिक सोसाइटी बन गए हैं 30 40 50 साल में। इंडिया में तो 30 साल में हुआ है ये सब, 1990 से शुरू हुआ है। तो बायोलॉजी हमारी कीप अप नहीं कर पा रही है जितना एडवांसेस एकदम एक साथ हो रहे हैं स्पीड के साथ। मेंटली लोगों की एनर्जी बस माइंड में घुसी हुई है, तो बॉडीज कोलैप्स कर रही हैं, एंड दिस इज हैपनिंग ऑन अ मैसिव स्केल। इसी की वजह से मेरे जैसे लोगों की तादाद भी बढ़ती जा रही है। लोग और जागना चाहते हैं, जागरूक होना चाहते हैं, समझना चाहते हैं, अवेयरनेस को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं कि हो क्या रहा है। क्रॉनिक इलनेसेस बहुत बढ़ गई हैं आज के समय में। क्यों बढ़ रही हैं? बिकॉज बायोलॉजी और मेंटालिटी, साइकोलॉजी मैच नहीं कर रही है कहीं ना कहीं। सो ये जो सारी चीजें हो रही हैं दुनिया में, बहुत गहराई गहराई की चीजें हो रही हैं अभी एक्चुअली, अगर हम देखें ना हर चीज में, इकोनॉमिकली, पॉलिटिकली, जियो पोलिटिकली, कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल पे, मतलब इन एवरी फील्ड there's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and कहीं ना कहीं सब कुछ इतना इंटरकनेक्टेड हो गया है टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू, सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू. इट्स जस्ट टू मच इंफॉर्मेशन नाउ फॉर पीपल. तो उसको अभी हम हैंडल करना सीख रहे हैं. हमारी जनरेशन पहली जनरेशन है जिसने इतना कुछ चेंजेस देख के समझा है उसका नेगेटिव. सोशल मीडिया जब पहले आया था, पीपल लाइक सो एक्साइटेड एंड अच्छा ही है. नाउ पीपल आर रियलाइजिंग, मैन, सोशल मीडिया negatives, and what it has done to the world, the negative side of it is taken over the positive side. So people are now trying to find wisdom in the sense कि यार इसको कितना यूज करना है, कैसे यूज करना है, वो हम भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं. as social media influencers, we are also trying to figure that out. So there are a lot of challenges going on now with all of this, but I always believe कि हर चीज में कुछ ना कुछ रीजन होता है, उससे कुछ निकल के आता है. तो I think this balance equation is something that is really needs to be looked at, and balance equation on an individual level, on a collective level, keeping in mind the technological changes that is happening, and then keeping in mind the environmental changes that are happening. So finding that balance between creating wealth and not destroying nature. So that
absolutely
is something like we are really looking at, even all the world is looking at. So it's a change, it's a transition phase, I think world में चल रहा है, and कुछ समय से चल रहा है ये, और बढ़ेगा ये actually कुछ समय और, मुझे ऐसा लगता है. And but we are looking, people are trying to search for more answers, and I think that's good.
Wonderful information that we have shared. So I think this Unheard is now become a movement, huh? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so the idea is to really the book, yeah, it's really, it is becoming into a movement, and it is taking this idea to people about what we are talking about, discussing, and just this collective concept, because in India there has been this idea that some people are sitting on top of you and some people are above you, even in spirituality, even in everything.
Of course,
that is just outdated. It's just completely outdated, and it doesn't make sense, because spirituality is not about creating division, it's about creating oneness, it's about creating 100%. Expansion in consciousness. So it's like, if I understand something, I'm just here to share my experiences with someone. Sure, I can guide you in some ways, but I'm in no way better than them or above them, So this whole idea of I am above you to tell you something that you must follow blindly, no, it doesn't work. And it's just outdated, So it's about really taking people within, and in a way where they can figure out what applies for them, because everyone has to figure out for their life,
Yes.
ये मतलब कट कॉपी पेस्ट वाला मामला नहीं चलता है.
Everyone is individual.
Yeah, ये मतलब it's outdated because people are individualistic, we live in a conscious collective society, yes, but on an individual level, to break our own layers, we have to break it individually. Like the change has to happen within, and that we can share with others. But change within कैसे होगा? वो within जाकर ही होगा, and वो मेरे बताने से नहीं होगा, like वो मैंने कुछ बोल दिया, किसी ने कुछ सुन लिया, अच्छा है, but वो जाना तो खुद ही पड़ेगा ना. So this idea of doing the spiritual work in a deep way has to be introduced back in India, because India mein, I personally feel, I've been, since I came back from US, it's been a long time, 6-7 years, and I've traveled a lot in India. I've been seeking for a long time in India, and I've realized over the years it's a land of spirituality, but people have forgotten the essence of spirituality. They've gotten lost in all the other stuff, like the whole drama, the charade, religious stuff, ये वो क्रिया कर्म कांड, ये वो पता नहीं क्या क्या, भगवान को क्या बना दिया, I don't know what they have made, but जो essence है spirituality को, उसको भूल गए हैं. बहुत सबको पता है, सबको रटे हुए बचपन से सुने आ रहे हैं, सब सुना देंगे पाठ, ये वो करवा लो
सब कुछ,
खुद के अंदर नहीं गए कभी, और जाना भी नहीं चाहता है, जाएंगे डर रहे हैं. तो इसी को वापस लाना है, एंड आई थिंक यूथ पे फोकस करना जरूरी है, बिकॉज ब्रेन वॉशिंग कम हुई है अभी यूथ की, कंडीशनिंग्स कम है। तो जब कंडीशनिंग्स एंड ब्रेन वॉशिंग्स कम होती है तो इजियर होता है जाना। तो ये आइडिया भी आउटडेटेड है कि ओ पहले आपको ये सब नहीं करना चाहिए, बाद में करना चाहिए। नो, दिस इज नॉट, दिस डजंट मेक सेंस। दिस शुड स्टार्ट अर्ली ऑन। जितनी
अर्ली
आपकी
एज।
फाउंडेशन स्ट्रांग होगी, स्पिरिचुअल फाउंडेशंस, उतना ही आप मटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड को और अच्छे से डील कर पाओगे और उसके
राइट।
चैलेंजेस को समझ पाओगे, डील कर पाओगे, यू नो। सो ऑल
ओके।
ऑफ दिस हैज टू कम टू यूथ फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग, from early age, and in a way where it's truly authentic. So authenticity is what's valuable in this world now, and especially in India, because यहाँ पे बिग बहुत कुछ रहा है बट काम का कुछ नहीं है, you know? तो
राइट।
असली
हाँ।
में जो असली एसेंस इंडिया की है वो कहीं ना कहीं छुपी हुई है अभी भी छुपी हुई है। तो वो निकाल के वापस लोगों को इंट्रोड्यूस करना है, एंड जो लेगा उसका ही बेनिफिट होना है। दैट्स द आइडिया।
हाँ, सो आपने बिल्कुल ही सही बात की है कि जितना अर्ली हो सके हम एक स्पिरिचुअलिटी को अपने अंदर एक इम्प्लीमेंट करें अर्ली ऑन, तो उतना ही हम स्ट्रांगली आगे जाके बिलीव भी कर सकते हैं।
एक्चुअली हो क्या गया है ना कि ये आइडिया की स्पिरिचुअलिटी अलग चीज है, समथिंग एल्स देन नॉर्मल लाइफ, इज अ फ्लॉड कॉन्सेप्ट। इट्स नॉट एनीथिंग सेपरेट। स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज एवरीथिंग, इट्स लाइफ इटसेल्फ। आप काम कर रहे हो वो भी स्पिरिचुअल है, आप रिलेशनशिप में हो वो भी स्पिरिचुअल है, आप पैसा कमा रहे हो वो भी स्पिरिचुअल है, आपका रिलेशनशिप क्या है लाइफ के साथ वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी है। सो स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज लाइफ इटसेल्फ। तो इट्स नॉट समथिंग सेपरेट कि आप स्पिरिचुअल हो कि नहीं, या शरीर प्राण सबके अंदर है, शरीर सबका है तो सभी स्पिरिचुअल हुए ना, हार्ट सबके अंदर है। आप ये थोड़ी ना पूछते हो किसी के, आपके पास ब्रेन है कि नहीं है, आपके पास हार्ट है कि नहीं है, वो तो सबके अंदर ही है ना। तो ये सब सबके अंदर ही चल रहा है, लाइक दिस इज व्हाट इज कॉमन, यू नो। सो द कॉमननेस ऑफ थिंग्स इज व्हाट वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट, कि ये लॉज ऑफ नेचर है। नेचर है वैसे हम है, जैसे पेड़ है वैसे हम है, कुछ लॉज नेचुरली चल रहे हैं, उनको समझना है हमें। अब समझेंगे कैसे? समझेंगे खुद को देख के समझेंगे, नहीं पढ़ के नहीं समझना हमें, किसी का ज्ञान सुन के नहीं समझना हमें, खुद को देख के तो ये जब होने लग जाता है वी देन सी कनेक्टेड इंटरकनेक्टेडनेस ऑफ एवरीथिंग। अगर आपकी रिलेशनशिप्स अच्छी नहीं है तो आपका लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा नहीं होगा। अगर काम में अच्छा चल रहा है, काम रिलेशनशिप अच्छी है, काम में अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है, तो कुछ ना कुछ कहीं ना कहीं किसी की दिक्कतें होती ही होती हैं। बट वो इम्बैलेंसेस हैं, इम्बैलेंसेस इन योर सेल्फ एंड इन योर रिलेशनशिप विद लाइफ। तो ये जो चल रहा है ना, एनर्जी फ्लो हमारे अंदर और लाइफ के बीच, ये एनर्जी फ्लो को कैसे फ्लो में लाए, ये स्पिरिचुअलिटी है। जो ऑलरेडी हो रहा है, इसको बस हमें समझना है, इसकी नेचुरल रिदम्स को, उसके फ्लो में बैठना है। सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट नीड्स टू अनफॉर्चुनेटली बी रीइंट्रोड्यूस्ड टू पीपल, बिकॉज इट बिकम सो एलियन टू पीपल, you know. Like when I was in Brazil and stuff, I spend a lot of time in the jungles, you know, and I live a lot there with indigenous people. Amazons में भी मैं indigenous people के साथ रहा था, indigenous like tribal people, and इन लोगों को हम backwards समझते हैं, but they are the most evolved people in my opinion, because they are so integrated with nature, they are so integrated with life. उनकी life ही spiritual है। मैं वही जो आपको मैं कह रहा हूँ, उनको चल ही वैसा रहा है। वो उठते सूरज के साथ हैं, वो खाते खुद का खाना उगा के हैं, वो प्लांट मेडिसिन को यूज कर रहे हैं, वो नेचर सेंट्रिक ही रहते हैं हजारों। एवरीथिंग इज स्पिरिचुअल फॉर देम, दैट इज लाइफ, यू नो। उनका कनेक्शन ही लाइफ से इतना नेचुरल हो गया। अभी हम इतना डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए नेचर से, इतना डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया अपने आप से, तो हमें लगता है स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज समथिंग सेपरेट, बट इट्स नॉट एनीथिंग सेपरेट, यू नो, इट्स इन अस। So just reintroducing very simple concepts back to people. Yeah, people have just forgotten the simplicity of living, you know, and it's really about coming back to that. So even for myself, like when I went to Brazil recently,
talk about your experience, you know. I heard and I follow all of your content on Instagram that you know go live and you talk and you share something on live about your experience in Brazil. So talk about it, you know, the people you have met and the experiences that you have gained there, and some, you know, the culture and everything.
So my wife is Brazilian, and we went to Brazil primarily because of that. to see her family and everything. And then we ended up traveling a bit to go to the jungles. We met some shamans, we met some indigenous people, we did some
Okay.
plant medicine ceremonies with them. And for me, Brazil or these Amazon people, indigenous people, they are very special people because they have been living for thousands of years in a more simplistic way possible, connected to the divine in themselves and in nature and in the world outside. So we have a lot to learn from them, you know. And अभी ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है, मतलब इस पे मैं एक बुक लिखूंगा आगे जाके, बिकॉज जिस
Okay.
तरीके से हम लाइफ को, जो हमारा माइंडसेट हो गया ना, वो कॉलोनाइजर्स का माइंडसेट हो गया है. एंड ये बहुत डीप सब्जेक्ट है इन द सेंस कि जैसे हम भारतीय लोग, अगर हम खुद की बात करें, हमारी संस्कृति की बात करें, योगा की बात करें, ध्यान की बात करें, आयुर्वेदा की बात करें, इन सब चीजों की बात करें, ये सब चीजें ना बहुत करप्ट हो गई हैं इन लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल्स थ्रू कॉलोनाइजेशन. एंड मैं कॉलोनाइजेशन जब कह रहा हूँ, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि अंग्रेज आए हमें कॉलोनाइज कर दिया और चले गए, कॉलोनाइजेशन खत्म हो गया. कॉलोनाइजेशन कभी खत्म ही नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि जो हमारे सिस्टम्स चले आ रहे हैं वो अंग्रेजों के चले आ रहे हैं. और अंग्रेजों ने जो सिस्टम बनाए थे, वो सिस्टम ये बनाए थे कि पॉपुलेशन को फियर में रखो जिससे उनको कंट्रोल कर सको. तो सिस्टम्स ही हमारे फियर, कंट्रोल एंड डिविजन रूल के बेसिस पे बने हुए हैं. सो ये जो सिस्टम्स ही हमारे ऐसे बने हुए हैं ना, where we create division, where we look at these indigenous people, these tribal people, and we think of them as backwards. We think of them as like uneducated, even though they're so much more aware and conscious than we are, you know. So ये mindset हमें अभी तोड़ना है, this colonized mindset. ये एक बहुत बड़ा, in my opinion, it's a big war going on where we have to reinvent, rediscover our whole idea of a system that is more natural, where we like a progressive system where we can find a balance between economics, nature, and life itself, freedom, truth, and all these things, you know. तो ये बहुत डीप सब्जेक्ट है, you know, like I'm sharing a very glimpse of it. It's a very deep subject, hard to share in just one podcast. Okay. So this is like one big learning that was reminded in me from this particular experience in Brazil, कि हमारे जो systems ही, हम जिन systems को ही हमने बना लिया अपने mind में, हमारा mind ही colonize हो चुका है. And आज के सब like why, just think about simple thing, why politically and economically world इतना divided हो गया आज के time पे, not just in India, everywhere in the world. Why? Because कहीं ना कहीं we are living in an age of information. आप कुछ information पढ़ रहे हो, मैं कुछ और information पढ़ रहा हूँ, मैं उससे इतना influence होके, manipulate होके उसके basis पे act कर रहा हूँ कहीं ना कहीं.
And then we don't know if it's right or wrong, the information I am, you know, consuming. I don't know. That
is one part of it, but we are choosing to believe in some information, no? Based on our foundations of what we want to believe in, you know. Go deeper than that. Like right or wrong तो later आता है. तो ये right or wrong की लड़ाई तो चल ही रही है, but उसके पहले हम जो information ले रहे हैं उसको accept किस basis पे करें. वही foundation नहीं है हमारी. You know, our foundations have become so weak. Our roots to the source, connection to the source have become so weak. तो यहाँ पे आज के समय में स्पिरिचुअलिटी का रोल इतना महत्वपूर्ण इसलिए हो गया है क्योंकि वो लोगों को उनकी जड़ों से जोड़ेगा. भारतीयों की मैं बात करूं, भारतीयों को उनकी जड़ों से जोड़ेगा. जो ट्रू स्पिरिचुअलिटी है, ऑथेंटिक स्पिरिचुअलिटी है, जो इंडिया में योगीज ने डिस्कवर करी थी, जो योगा, ध्यान, ये सारी जो चीजें, आयुर्वेदा, ऑथेंटिक वे में, यू नो. योगी बोलने से कोई योगी नहीं हो जाता. प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो उसको, कैसे रियल लाइफ में प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, क्या मैं असली में लोगों से प्यार से जी पा रहा हूँ, क्या मैं असली में दानवीर बन पा रहा हूँ, लाइक प्रैक्टिस में, यू नो. बोलते तो सब है, प्रैक्टिस में हम कर पा रहे हैं या नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. खुद को टेस्ट करना है, ये नहीं देखना कि दूसरे क्या कर रहे हैं, खुद के अंदर देखना है कि मेरे अंदर फीलिंग्स क्या है, मैं उसके बेसिस पे एक्ट कर पा रहा हूँ या नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. अगर मेरे अंदर गंदी फीलिंग्स आ रही हैं, गलत फीलिंग्स आ रही हैं, क्या मैं उस पर एक्शन दे रहा हूँ हमेशा, तो कहीं ना कहीं मैं योगी नहीं हूँ, you know. So it's very deep subject, man. It's very very deep. तो ये internal looking internally to act externally, is not what we are doing right now, and that's why all this complications are going on. अगर सबका सबका karmically action सही हो रहे होते अभी ये सब चल ही नहीं रहा था, you know.
Yeah.
So खिचड़ी बनी हुई है basically.
So ये कैसे ये स्टार्टिंग से ये इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, ये अवेयरनेस की, ये स्पिरिचुअलिटी की, आपने ये आपके लाइफ में ऐसा एक्सपीरियंस कब से हुआ, या आपने कोई एक्सपीरियंस ऐसे स्पिरिचुअल किया जो कि आपको इस पाथ पे आने के लिए आप ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टेड हो गए? कैसा एक कुछ एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिए ज़रा। फर्स्ट में जैसे कि आपको लगा हाँ मुझे इसी पाथ पे जाना है, मुझे अब सब कॉर्पोरेट ये छोड़ना है, लाइफ में जो चीज़ें हो रही हैं ये सब मुझे त्यागना है, और अब मुझे एक अपना सेल्फ डिस्कवरी जो एक टर्म है वो मुझे जानना है, क्या है ये कैसे स्टार्ट हुआ?
ये मैंने फर्स्ट बुक में शेयर किया था, ड्रीम बियॉन्ड शैडोज में। आपने पढ़ी है मेरी फर्स्ट बुक? नहीं।
ड्रीम बियॉन्ड शैडोज मैंने थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा था, उसके पूरा फिर मैं लास्ट तक पढ़ा गया।
शेयर किया था ये क्योंकि तब मैं न्यूयॉर्क में था एंड मैं सोलर इंडस्ट्री में था, and I was more in the startup world actually. I was not so much, not to say I was in corporate world, but I wasn't, it was more startup world, so I liked it. It was not like I hated my job. ऐसा नहीं था. But it just happened, man. मतलब it just happened. जब आपकी spiritual awakening शुरू होती है ना, it's just such a deep process. फिर आप तो इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते हो, जब आप सच की तरफ जाने लग जाते हो। सच ये नहीं कि दूसरों का सच, क्या आपके अंदर का सच, तो वो जब आपको डीपली पुल करता है, और मेरे को बहुत डीपली पुल किया, वेयर आई जस्ट लेफ्ट एवरीथिंग, आई सोल्ड एवरीथिंग, आई लेफ्ट एवरीथिंग। सो 2-3 साल का सफर तो बहुत ही इंटेंस था, इन द सेंस कि इट वाज वेरी मटेरियलिस्टिकली वेरी चैलेंजिंग, because I left my family and everything, I wasn't taking any money from anybody. So that was like another zone of life. मतलब वो अभी मैं सोचता हूँ तो मैं I don't think अभी कर सकता हूँ, because now I'm very much in the material world. शादी वादी हो गई है, but I'm glad I did it, yeah, because it gave me a lot of strong foundation about the realities of life, the materialistic realities of life, and how I could move beyond it, being able to live without money, being able to live without food. All these things are pretty intense experiences. I don't recommend it to everyone, but because it's they're intense, man. And so that was when it all started. And now as life evolves, everything will keep on changing, and you have to adapt with time, but the mission gets stronger. So now it has been for last few years about sharing this with people, and keep on seeking still, but really about sharing all of this with people as much as I can. I've talked with my wife, we could just happily go live in Brazil, in a jungle. We are very happy there, but we know that there's immense need for people to hear these things, and for them to get some guidance in whatever ways they can, because there's just so much suffering in the world, and this idea that we have to suffer is just flawed. We can move beyond our suffering, we don't need to suffer. We can create a different reality. This belief needs to be shared with people, and there needs to be some guidance that needs to be given. And I think this is the core work. I believe it's the most important work of this century, and I alone cannot do it. So many people are already doing it, and more people needs to do it, because जब तक कॉन्शियसनेस ह्यूमैनिटी का एक्सपैंड नहीं होगा, हमारी प्रॉब्लम्स कभी सॉल्व हो ही नहीं सकती. दिस इज द रूट कॉज ऑफ एवरीथिंग. जब कॉन्शियसनेस कलेक्टिव लेवल पे इतना एक्सपैंड होने लग जाता है, हमारी 80% प्रॉब्लम्स तो ऐसे ही सॉल्व हो जाएगी यार. वॉर सॉल्व हो जाएंगे, कंट्रीज के बीच डिफरेंसेस सॉल्व हो जाएंगे, पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज कोलैप्स हो जाएंगी, लाइक सो मेनी डिफरेंसेस पीपल विल जस्ट रिजेक्ट इट, बिकॉज कॉन्शियसनेस ही नहीं अलाउ करेगा. सो दिस इज द रूट. And I believe it's the most important work a human can do for themselves in their life right now, is to expand in their consciousness. अगर वो ये कर रहे हैं, बाकी सारी चीजें अपने आप सेट हो जाती कहीं ना कहीं.
तो साथ साथ में सारी चीजें कॉन्शियसनेस एकदम डेवलप हो जाती है दिमाग पे, तो वो
इट्स अ बाय प्रोडक्ट. एग्जैक्टली, इट्स द रूट. अगर आपने रूट को पकड़ के चेंज करना शुरू कर दिया, पत्ते
अपने
और
आप.
पेड़, तो फिर अच्छा ही निकलेगा ना. बट आपकी रूट सीड ही नहीं प्लांटेड है, सीड से ही नहीं जुड़े हुए हो, तो फिर क्या ही निकलेगा. फिर तो सब टूट ही
ओके.
रहा है, वैसे ही टूट रहा
हाँ.
है.
ओके, सो ये एक आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू अबाउट वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग, डिटैचमेंट. ये जो डिटैचमेंट का ये एक पार्ट है हमारे थॉट्स के साथ, जो ये हमारे थॉट्स में हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ चीज़ें चलती रहती हैं. ये कोई एक प्रोसेस है, स्टेप है, या आप, आई एम श्योर कि आपको थॉट्स आते ही होंगे बहुत सारी चीज़ों के दिमाग में. सो उसका एक प्रोसेस है इसमें कॉन्शियसनेस में, या जो हम डिटैच हो जाते हैं तब ये चीज़ें आती है, हमारे अनुभव होती हैं, या एक्सपीरियंस होता है कॉन्शियसनेस का?
So basically, mind is in my understanding of it, mind is a big illusion. And to expand in your consciousness, you need to move beyond the mind and move beyond your thoughts. Because ये मेरी बात सुन के आप मत मानो, आप खुद ही ऑब्जर्व करना कितनी बार आप एक ही चीज चलती रहेगी दिमाग में, रिपीट हो रहा है, सेम ही स्टोरी घूमती रहेगी, या कुछ चल रहा है, कुछ नहीं चल रहा. माइंड इज अ मंकी माइंड. यू कैन नॉट टेक इट सीरियसली. You have to learn to move beyond the mind, control your mind, move beyond your thoughts. A lot of your thoughts are just useless, actually, all of us. So we have to move beyond the thoughts to really arriving in the body, to feel what we feel about something and take action. A lot of thinking is not good, actually. Overthinking is not helping us. So we need to not take our thoughts so seriously. We need to observe them more. We need to be aware of them. But we need to not think so much. Thinking so much is not good, because what it does is it takes too much energy away from taking action and feeling what we need to feel in terms of how we feel about someone. I'll give you a very simple example. आपको अगर किसी चीज से प्यार है, तो वो आपको यहाँ पे नहीं पता चलेगा, वो आपको यहाँ पे पता चलेगा. और उसको पाने की कोशिश करने के लिए, उसको कुछ करने के लिए आपको एक्शन लेना पड़ेगा.
यस.
तो वो सब करने के लिए आपको माइंड को बताना पड़ेगा कि ये करना है मुझे. तो यू नीड टू यूज माइंड एज अ सेनापति. माइंड हमारा सेनापति है. माइंड राजा नहीं है, राजा ये है. तो आपको राजा यहाँ से बनना है और इसको सेनापति की तरह इस्तेमाल करना है. अभी क्या हो गया है कि राजा, सेनापति, रानी सब ये बना हुआ है, और ये हमें बीमार है.
Yes.
We are not controlling the mind. The mind is controlling us. And mind is not the consciousness. Consciousness is beyond the mind. It's much more expanded than the mind and the body. तो consciousness में जब हम जाते हैं, तो we start moving beyond the mind. So thoughts are something that we need to move beyond, actually.
So ये जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हैं, आई थिंक ये पीपल उनको अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत ही ज़रूरी है. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट कॉन्शियसनेस, इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट थिंग. इट्स लाइक बियॉन्ड, एज यू सेड, इट्स लाइक बियॉन्ड आवर माइंड. सो कॉन्शियसनेस इज अ ग्रेटर लेवल, और एक विजडम में काफ़ी ज़्यादा
हायर फॉर्म ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस बेसिकली. अभी क्या हो रहा है कि ह्यूमंस, बिकॉज ऑफ आवर लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ आवर सिस्टम एंड दिस वर्ल्ड, ये हमारी बहुत लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. इवन थ्रू साइंस, it's a very limited understanding, because modern science is very young. Like proper modern science is just 500-600 साल young है. उससे भी ज़्यादा मैं proper modern science की बात कर रहा हूँ.
Okay,
physics is not that old, it's very young. So ये सब बहुत recent discoveries हैं. तो ये सब के थ्रू भी अगर हम न्यूरोसाइंस की बात करें, हमने माइंड को समझा ही नहीं है. We don't know the depths of our mind. We don't know the depths of our system. It's a very complex and deep system which has a lot of programmings. So मान के चलो, जिसने भी हमें create किया, scientifically, Big Bang या creator, whatever beliefs you have, you may have. But एक चीज में हम agree कर सकते हैं, complex system है, ठीक है. अब इस system की programmings हैं, system की layers हैं, levels हैं, chips हैं, neurological conditionings हैं, ये सब चल रहा है. अब इसको हम कितना समझते हैं? नहीं समझते ज़्यादा. We just know the लेयर्स ऑफ इट. वो भी बहुत सुपरफिशियल लेयर्स पता है, बस बाहर की लेयर्स पता है. तो जब इसमें हम डीप जाना शुरू करते हैं, वी रियलाइज कि कॉन्शियसनेस इज सच अ एंडलेस एक्सपैंडिंग स्पेस, and this space is like the universe. It is just massive and it's just expanding. तो वो जब हम उस स्फीयर में जाना शुरू करते हैं, we realize many things about ourselves. One being that intelligence, our understanding of intelligence itself is limiting. Like there are higher forms of intelligence
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
us that we used to be able to use before. Now we just are not able to because we've just shut it off. मतलब हमारे सिस्टम में इतनी सारी चीजें बंद हो गई हैं ऑलरेडी, तो उसको रिवाइव करने के लिए हमें प्रयास करने हैं और फिर उसके थ्रू कॉन्शियसनेस को एक्सपैंड करना है. एंड ये प्रोसेस है. मतलब एक बार अगर आप स्पिरिचुअल अवेकनिंग किसी की होती है तो वो यही होता है. मतलब एकदम से कॉन्शियसनेस, आप अनकॉन्शियस से कॉन्शियसनेस हो जाते हो. मतलब कॉन्शियसनेस इज ऑलवेज देयर, यू जस्ट नॉट अवेयर ऑफ, you become aware of the consciousness. That is the spiritual awakening. Like when we say spiritual awakening किसी की हुई है, वो क्या हुआ है? Consciousness तो थी, हम बस
Already within us.
consciousness है, you know. And जब हम consciousness के लिए aware हो गए and we have this maybe 1 second of when we are not Kartikeya, this body, this mind, and just the consciousness. There's no thought, just the consciousness. In that 1 second we're like, ये क्या हुआ? कुछ हुआ, पता नहीं क्या हुआ, बट कुछ हुआ. उसको लेके ये सारी सर्च शुरू हो जाती है.
Okay.
Realize this is the power of consciousness because it is so powerful.
Yeah.
Because that 1 second can be like, wow, this is what life was. I never knew what life was. Now in this 1 second I knew what life was. Now I want to taste this life. What I experienced in that 1 second, you know.
So have you experienced something like this, like in your entire in your journey, something like this?
I mean, of course, definitely, and I have no hesitations in sharing openly about it because क्या हो गया आजकल कि ये एक belief चला आ रहा है कि अगर वो कोई share कर रहा है इन चीजों के बारे में, they are just coming from a place of ego and they're talking about all of this to preach and become a guru, which I want to break now. I think this is a very I personally believe now collectively humans and young people are going to a space where we can openly discuss about this in a very open way as friends. Like we just met, we have never talked before, but I have no quarrels in myself to share that I have had such experiences. Why else would I be on this path, you know? Why else would I be sharing all of this? This is not coming from books, whatever I'm sharing with you. I've not read about this stuff, you know. It's coming from my
own experience
within myself of seeing how this system is working. So this is what I'm sharing is I know people can experience this because I have been experiencing this for a long time. I'm not there all the time, for sure not, but that's where we need to be, you know, because when you are in that space of just consciousness, life is amazing, man. Really,
it's a very different experience, or on a very different level, you can say. Everything around you becomes one. I think your vibrations are very high and you feel
the experience we are here to, we took birth in this body for, to have that experience. And we can have that experience not just for 1 second, we can have that experience for elongated periods of time. And this is the truth of my reality that I'm living and sharing with people. It doesn't mean that your life becomes perfect, all problems get solved, challenges खत्म हो जाते हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. वो रहते हैं, but how you deal with everything, how you,
it becomes very easy, like very comfort. You can,
it's just your way of reacting to things changes, and even if you react, you can look back and accept your mistakes. You can change. अगर मैंने कुछ किया, मैं उसको consciousness में जाके जल्दी से देख के पकड़ के change करके फिर चेंज कर सकता हूँ, you know. So you're basically, जैसे ये idea of death, the idea of death कि हमारी मृत्यु एक बार होती है, वो कॉन्सेप्ट चेंज हो जाएगा. आपकी मृत्यु रोज हो रही है, आपकी मृत्यु हर पल हो रही है, हर पल हम मर रहे हैं और जाग रहे हैं. यही चल रहा है शरीर में, यही चल रहा है, बिकॉज यूनिवर्स में यही चल रहा है. साइंस भी यही कहती है,
everything is living and dying, born.
Atoms उत्पन्न हो रहे हैं, खत्म हो रहे हैं, उत्पन्न हो रहे हैं. This is what's happening. So like scientifically, technically, this is what's happening all the time. And when you start experiencing that, you start living that through that place, things become easier, you know. You can let go of things so much easier. If you fight with somebody, even your loved ones, you will let go of it so easily. and if you let go, you forgive, you love, life becomes half easy, man.
Okay, talk about it. You have also shared in the book that you met shamans in Amazon jungle. So what's their routine looks like? What they do? I mean, you shared about
they
they perform
they
certain type of, yeah.
Yeah, I shared. No, they live very simple lives, man. They are, in my opinion, the most intelligent beings on the planet because they
Okay.
have really figured out life. Like they have figured out the root of life and they're living by the root of life, and that's what they're sharing with people. Like their gods are plants. उनके gods मतलब ये मंदिर बना दिया, मस्जिद बना दिया, ये सब इंसानों का किया धरा है. You
हम्म.
know, like
हम्म.
पहले से नहीं था, ये हमने बनाया ये सब.
हमने किया है, हाँ.
हमारे पावर ईगो ये श्रद्धा लोग कहते हैं, बट अभी तो पावर एंड ईगो ही दिखता है मुझे. श्रद्धा तो
Yes.
कमी होती जा रही है लोगों की. उनकी लाइफ बहुत सॉर्टेड है यार. दे आर वेरी सॉर्टेड. सो देयर इज
Okay.
अ लॉट टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम. द सिंप्लिसिटी आई वुड से इज द बिग एस्पेक्ट which I try to bring into my life as much as possible. And just learning from plants, plants are the real gods. एंड सबसे ज्यादा उसी को अटैक किया कॉलोनाइजेशन माइंडसेट ने.
Yes.
सबसे ज्यादा इन्हीं विद्याओं को अटैक किया है, इंडिजिनस विद्याओं को. हम भी इंडियंस भी इंडिजिनस ही हैं. वी आर इंडिजिनस पीपल. वी लिव्ड इन जंगल्स, वी लिव्ड इन हिमालयाज. योगीज आपको हिमालयाज से आए हैं, सारे सारे जंगलों से आए हैं. ये सारी विद्या जंगलों में रह के ही निकलती है. क्यों? क्योंकि नेचर है वहाँ, आप जुड़े हुए हो, यू आर कनेक्टेड. सो ये विद्याओं को बहुत अटैक किया गया है 100 सालों से. बट अब दुनिया में सफरिंग इतनी बढ़ गई है ना, और स्पेशली वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में तो और बढ़ गई है. इसलिए ये विद्याओं का अडाप्ट कर रहे हैं लोग, बिकॉज उनको कुछ तरीका ही नहीं मिल रहा. आपको केमिकल ये फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज इलाज नहीं दे रही है, वो आपको डिप्रेशन की दवाइयां दे रही है, उससे आप और डिप्रेस हो रहे हो. लोगों के मेंटल हेल्थ के इश्यूज बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. तो पीपल आर जस्ट सफरिंग नो. So they need solution. So now they're desperate. So now they're coming back to these ancient wisdoms and knowledge. Why are they coming
right
back? They're coming back initially out of desperation because they're just suffering so much and they have tried everything else Western way. और कुछ हो नहीं रहा है उससे. So they're coming back to indigenous ways of life, which is how we lived before. तो वो balance people are looking for, right? What we discussed about.
So I think there's a reason, this rich people, as well, कि ये सब जब वो एक मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज़ें जो एक लेवल पे पा लेते हैं, देन वो एक अपने लाइफ में वो चीज़ें उनको नहीं मिलती, देन वो फिर वो स्पिरिचुअल की तलाश में जाते हैं. ये भी
और जो नहीं जाते वो और तड़पते हैं. तो किसी को अगर मैं बहुत लोगों को देखता हूँ, like I totally recommend people to get rich and everything because I think everyone should experience becoming rich to realize that it's not the answer, but it's good to have money, and then you can use that money for good things, right? Good things like your self-discovery and self-realization. So become rich so you know what it feels like, and you know it's not the ultimate answer, and then you have the resources to do spiritual like self-discovery and self-realization. But if you can, if you're wise enough, you can start early on doing both with balance.
Yeah.
That's what I want to share with the youth. Do your work, find what you love doing, make money while doing it, but also focus on personal development. Because then you're already building a life where you're doing what you love, you're making money, and you're also building yourself internally. So that is, I think, the key. बिकॉज क्या होता है कि अगर हम आज के समय में लोगों को बोले कि आप पैसा मत कमाओ, सिर्फ स्पिरिचुअलिटी करो, वो इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल, सो पीपल, एंड इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकल, एंड पीपल नीड टू हैव अ होल डिमेंशन एक्सपीरियंस. Like the reason I have a whole dimension experience is because I've seen money, I've seen not money, and then I've come back to money, and then I'm using money to do all of this.
Yeah.
What I mean, and I can openly talk about it. I have no shame about it because there's nothing to hide. So this allows me, this gives me the space to come across very authentically with people. And it's important, money is a very powerful energy. If you look at it in a spiritual way, like money is a very powerful energy. So to create a healthy relationship with money is very important, because if you don't, you will have problems in your life with people, in everything you deal with. So ये सारी चीजें बहुत important. Like this is what I'm saying spirituality is not something separate from life. Everything is spiritual. How you deal with money is also spiritual. Where you get the money from, how you deal with money, how you make money, all of this is completely integrated. It's all connected. So how you
Yes,
figure out the whole equation for yourself in your life is what you need to figure out.
everything is spiritual. The thing is, you need to see in yourself, discover yourself, and be like, in a very conscious state. Like, we are not the body, we are the spirit. So ये जब चीज दिमाग में आती है, then वो सारी चीजें बैलेंस में हो पाती हैं. एक मटेरियलिस्टिक थिंग, हाँ ये भी हमारे एज अ नीड है, देन फिर वो चीजें काफी इजी हो जाती हैं, है ना.
Yeah, also materialistic world is like a testing ground. जो भी आप रियलाइज कर रहे हो और समझ रहे हो अपने अंदर, आप अराइव कर रहे हो स्टेट्स में, उसको आप टेस्ट कहाँ करोगे? जब आप लोगों के साथ हो तभी तो टेस्ट कर पाओगे, क्योंकि वहीं पे आपको ट्रिगर होगा. अब आपकी वाइफ है आपके साथ, तब आपको पता चलेगा ना आप कितने अंदर शांत हो. आपकी मदर है आपके साथ, आपके फादर है आपके साथ, तो तभी तो आपको पता चलेगा ना आप कितने अंदर शांत हो अपने, और तभी तो आप ट्रिगर होगे. तो मटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड इज अ टेस्टिंग ग्राउंड. तो ये अगर आप स्पिरिचुअली आपको लग रहा है बहुत आप इवॉल्व हो चुके हो, जाओ अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ जाके रहो 1 महीना 2 महीना, पता चल जाएगा कितने इवॉल्व हुए. एक रिलेशनशिप रखो, पता चल जाएगा कितने इवॉल्व हुए हो. सो दे आर ऑल रिफ्लेक्शंस. एवरीथिंग इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन, स्पेशली आवर क्लोज पीपल. अगर हम उनके साथ ट्रिगर होके रिजॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे हैं चीजें और उनको इंस्पायर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं थ्रू आवर एक्शंस, तो वी आर नॉट इवॉल्विंग ऑन द पाथ. वी आर डूइंग स्पिरिचुअल बाईपासिंग.
Right.
I've done this before, that's why I'm saying this happens. Because spirituality is not running away. Yes, you need to go take time for yourself, do what you need to do, figure out things, blah 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 blah, but it's really about coming back to the material world and integrating it, finding that balance between the spiritual and the material. And it's an endless process. I am also working on it all the time, and because the balance changes and it's an endless process, but that clarity of the vision needs to be very clear. Ki we need to figure out this balance.
Yes,
because we are here in the material world, we are in this body, so we need to, whatever we realize spiritually, we need to create and share it with others. Like that's why we are here in number one way. So वो जब clarity मिल जाती है ना, तो people become very sorted in life, because then they will say no to drama, they will say no to toxicity, they will say no to gossiping, they will just they won't even think about it. naturally चला जाएगा life से ये सारी चीजें. तो like life naturally simple हो जाएगी, और अगर नहीं हो रही है simple, तो मतलब कुछ गड़बड़ चल रहा है. Yes. अगर materialistic world simplify नहीं हो रहा है, तो मतलब something you're not doing in a flow in yourself internally. So you need to look at it. Okay. So materialistic world is a perfect reflection of what's happening inside. Like your own materialistic world, your relationships, your work, like all of this is a very good reflection of who you are and what's happening inside.
Okay, so you also travel across India. So you travel, I think, from South India to Goa by walking, and you meeting a lot of these different people, knowing their culture, knowing themselves. So ये कैसा एक्सपीरियंस था जब पूरा आपने वो पूरा वॉकिंग करके पूरे सारे डिस्टेंस आपने निकाले? So ये क्या आपने चीज़ें गेन की, क्या एक्सपीरियंस हुआ, कुछ स्पिरिचुअलिटी कुछ दिखी, या क्या चेंजेस आए आपके अंदर, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए. टॉक अबाउट दैट.
So ये मैंने सारा लाइफ अननोन में इसके बारे में लिखा है.
पूरी बुक आपकी वो इंडिया की वो बेस्ड है, पूरा ट्रैवलिंग एंड एवरीथिंग
बेस्ड है. एंड उसमें 3 parts है बुक में. The third part is all about this walk which I did in South. Actually, it's funny you asking me now, because thinking about it, it feels like I did it in some past life, this walk, feels so long ago, and so much has happened since. But it was a very life-changing experience, because I really got the sense of India, of at least South India. I mean, I've also walked a lot in Himalayas during that period, so that area in South India, and I just fell in love with India, and that's why I wrote the book about India. And and it really changed me. I really realized how deeply spiritual this land is, and actually, I realized how deeply spiritual people in the villages are, like that simplicity and that indigenous life I'm talking about. People are living like that in rural India, you know, and we look at them as uneducated and all of that, but they're not.
Mm.
Quite evolved actually in many ways. So just bringing that mindset back into the space of colonization mindset, like
Yes.
what is that simplicity of life and that balance, and I've talked a
So,
lot about it in that book, and I highly recommend people to walk around India if they want. Abhi politically bhi, I think Rahul Gandhi did something.
हाँ, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, he just walked
Yeah,
through,
and I'm glad politicians did something like this. Like, I don't want to go into politics or anything, but it's good to see a politician doing something like this, because I think walking is it's a very powerful way of just not just connecting with people, but the land, you know, and yourself. It's a very deep experience. It's not just like you're walking. You know, when you walk for long periods of time and long distances, through cities, through towns, through villages, something really deep happens. Yeah, it's like a
yeah, it's hard to put into the words.
it is, because it's like it's an enlightening experience actually. It is. And for anybody who does it, you know, so politician or not, whoever, I mean, this just became more trendy because of it being a political thing, but a lot of people in India have done this, and they do it on a regular basis, I think. You know, back in the day, people used to walk from one village to another when there were no cars, so it was a normal way of doing things, right? I think it's very powerful. It's one of the most powerful things we can do. And if I think somebody who's listening, this young person thinking about it, I would highly recommend it. Just go for it. You'll be fine. You will learn so much. You will learn more walking for 2-3 months in India than you would have ever learned in 4 years of university, you know. Like, I can tell you that much. It will give you good 10-15 years of life in just few months. Just that experience, that wisdom that comes from it in just few months of walking. Yeah, and it's tough. Yeah, it's physically tough. It's not that easy. Like, I was injured for a long time after that, and it took me a long time to recover. And you know, I did it with no resources, so I was walking quite hardcore. I did bare feet walking, so I did it like a proper pilgrimage, you know. There was no like planning involved. There was no infrastructure with me walking with me. It was just me alone.
So you did it in the COVID, if I'm not wrong, like the whole COVID thing going on.
1 year before COVID. During COVID, I was traveling around India. Probably one of the only few people still out in the country during COVID. And people were like, well, you should be locked inside. You can spread COVID. I'm like, but who will I spread it to? Koi hai hi nahi bahar. Kisko dunga, kisse lunga? Sab to andar hai. So I think a lot of logic got lost during COVID from people because of the fear. I was like, this is the perfect time to travel. Yeah, koi hai hi nahi bahar. Trains bhi khali.
Everyone is locked up in their homes.
You know, even the trains were empty. Yeah, I never imagined I would see a train station in India, Delhi train station. I remember this very clearly. Empty, completely empty, you know, and the whole train empty. Like, I had the whole train, like, full compartment to myself. It was like a sleeper class. That too, sleeper class. Can you imagine? Unimaginable, yeah. I never thought I would see something like this. People were so much in fear that this is the first lockdown I'm talking about, when people were really in fear. So nobody was out actually. And I remember going from one state to another. Actually, it was from Delhi. I went through UP to Uttarakhand, and Uttarakhand, they were not letting anybody in. So I had to like show some things, and I had to convince them, and they let me in somehow. Well, crazy time, man. I've seen some crazy shit in India, for sure.
Okay, so talk about like which is your favorite place from, you know, these places you have traveled through and experienced and see a lot of things, experience a lot of things. So like talk about your like 1 or 2 places where you feel like everyone should visit once in their lifetime?
I think the places I mentioned in my books, Ladakh is a special one. Amazons is a very special one. I don't think everyone will be able to visit there in this lifetime because it's very hard to get there. And there's just no the infrastructure is very minimal there. It's very raw, and not everyone will be able to live there and everything. But if they can, if they have the calling, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, South America, man. I love South America more than Europe, more than anywhere else. One of my mission in life is to really bring a lot of knowledge from South America to India and integrate the knowledge of India and South America, the ancient knowledge. Because there's just so much knowledge there, with the indigenous people living there. Because that's the only place in the world right now where a large number of indigenous people are still living and preserving their culture and fighting for their culture, in Amazons and Andes. They have been fighting the governments against it for a long time. They are really actively fighting climate change. Amazon is basically, I don't know how much you know, but Amazon are the lungs of this planet. A lot of them are getting burned because of corporations trying to take the Amazon, cutting them and making farms, which just doesn't make sense because there can be other ways to make money, not just taking the Amazon. That's the lungs of the earth. If the Amazon is gone, we are basically gone. And like the culture that is there of the indigenous people, they have been attacked for so many years, hundreds of years, and they're still being attacked, and they're still fighting, and they're still trying to preserve it with humility. So it's a very
they know the true meaning of all of this, the really Amazon jungle and nature, because they are very connected to it. That's why they don't want the capitalism to do all of these things, cutting the trees and everything.
Yeah, it's not just the capitalism, man. I'm not against capitalism, to be honest. I think capitalism can be a very good thing if done in a very conscious manner. It's ignorance. It's ignorance, what this is. It's ignorance in the sense this is when I say that our systems are very outdated, is because our understanding of money and economics is very outdated. We are not able to, as quickly as we can, progress in a way where we can find balance between technology, economy, and nature. That has to be the future, and that is where we need to go, because look at us, we're using technology now to connect and share this knowledge with people. So there is this balance that we give technology, nature, and economy. So it's just an outdated way of thinking that we have to cut some forest to grow food, but we don't. It's very outdated agriculture style. New ways of agriculture is agroforestry. You grow in the forest. You grow the forest, and you can go grow for masses there. So it's just innovation is required in agriculture, in water. So all of this needs to be brought into the picture, and innovation and collaboration. So if the government, let's say, if the Brazilian government collaborates with indigenous people who have been growing food for so many years, thousands of years, and companies or whatever, entrepreneurs collaborate with them to figure out how to grow without cutting the forest, it's possible. It's such a rich forest, so much habitat there, so much already there. And how to create economy out of it, where you use that food, you use that products to sell it to people, organic products, raised without...
It will be more healthier to eat that organic food.
Exactly, people will pay for it, so there is that balance that can be found between technology, nature, and economics. It's just that we are not thinking in that direction. I don't know why. I mean, I just see it as being a very obvious thing, because I'm in all three of these fields, where I'm for economics, I'm for technology, and I'm for plants and nature. And I truly believe we can find a balance between them. We must find a balance between them. There's no other way, actually. If we don't, we're already destroying everything, and we will end up destroying everything. Or the nature will destroy us. There's gonna be... if we're fighting against nature, we're not gonna win that war, It's just not gonna happen. because it will take just one tsunami, one earthquake, and
And
boom,
everything is gone.
we're extinct. Like we will be like dinosaurs, and they'll be studying us thousands of years from now, some other species.
Yeah, yes.
Um, so it's just, I think, ignorance and yeah, it's just
Mm.
less of consciousness expansion. Like it's the root is missing.
Yeah, as we are talking about the forest and nature jungles, I remember, and I heard actually an interview of yours. You were talking about snakes, and you love being around snakes. And how this happens? The story. The snakes. You don't afraid being around snakes, or they love you,
They
or
love
you.
being around me, man. They love being around me. It's the
How like
opposite.
they don't
uh,
bite you?
huh?
They don't bite you like snakes.
They haven't bitten me yet. It's actually really funny, man. I have a very crazy connection with snakes. I haven't told this story to many people, but when I was in university, this is a long time ago, and I was studying in US actually. I went to university in US and
Hmm.
bachelor's. This is bachelor's. Um,
Hmm.
and my second year in university, I had moved into a house with a bunch of American guys,
Hmm.
and and we had a neighbor who was an American girl, and she had a snake pet, like in a
Hmm.
room, like a aquarium like thing. And I saw it one night, and I was drunk that night. I went partying with them, and I was
Hmm.
drunk, and I loved that snake. And then next day, I ended up going with her to buy a snake for myself. And at
Hmm.
that time, I was a nice guy and everything, but I was not like into spirituality or any of these things. Like I was the opposite actually. I was in another zone of life. And I bought
Hmm.
a snake and I named him Karma. Can you
Okay, karma.
I named him Karma. I didn't even think about like karma and all that. I don't know where it came from, these ideas and all, and I named him Karma. It was a rattlesnake. And it stayed
Oh.
with me for like 1 month or so. And then unfortunately it died after a month or so. The conditions, snakes need certain conditions to live, and it was in an apartment in like a glass box, so the conditions
Yeah.
work for
Yeah.
him. So yeah, it's quite crazy that I had a snake when I was, I don't know, 19 or something, a pet. My first pet was snake. And since, I came onto this path 7, 8 years ago, man, I've seen so many snakes everywhere. And last year in Goa, I live in Goa. So last year in Goa, in the monsoon time, I was going a lot to these quarries, which is basically like old dug up places where they used to mine, and they are
Hmm.
abandoned now. So in
Hmm.
monsoon, they get filled with water. It's in a jungle area, and I used
Okay.
to go there swimming. And one day I was swimming, like there was 2, 3 snakes swimming with me, next,
Oh
and I
my God.
was completely fine. So snakes love me, man. Snakes. I have many experiences with snakes. Many experiences.
Yeah, man. As I'm talking about snakes, I'm imagining things. What will happen to me if I'm being around all over, swimming
It's
all over
it's
the.
quite it's quite it's quite interesting is that people are very fearful of snakes, but they are very spiritual animals, and they never want to hurt you. Like that's
Yeah,
not
I've
their.
noticed. Yeah.
So what happens with snakes is before they bite you, they stand up like this. So their eyesight is very weak, snakes. So they get rise up like this to look
Hmm.
at you, to kind of warn you, like don't mess
Yeah.
with, don't go away. Like, and if you keep messing with them, then they will kind of like hypnotize you with your eyes, because they use their eyes to focus on something. Because their eyesight is not like the way
Hmm.
you and I see. That's not how snakes see. Snakes perceive. They're very energetic beings, so they see like vibrations and auras.
Yes. Haha.
That's how they operate. So when they get up to do like this,
They
which
pick up your vibrations, like if you are very attacking manner, and you like fear from them, and you pick up something stick or to hit them, they will so this is
yeah, exactly.
that's.
So they feel your vibration. So when
Hmm.
you are vibrating in a very high frequency, they come to you. They get attracted to you. So basically,
Hmm.
like if symbolically you want to look at it, there are many theories, why Shiva has snake around him, like it's the represents the killing of the ego or whatever. But I feel
Hmm.
Shiva's snake around you is like if you're becoming more Shiva-like in your vibration, more
Hmm.
divine in your vibration,
Hmm.
snake will come to you. It's common sense. Yeah, they're very special, man. Snakes are very beautiful creatures. Like, think about it. For them to kill somebody, a lot of snakes die after they attack someone. Like when their teeth goes away to poison them, a lot of them get poison inside themselves and they can die. So for them, it's suicide. It can be a suicide, biting somebody. So why would they do it? Like they're only doing it unless like they feel really harmed by somebody.
Yes.
Even like a very aggressive snake, there are many aggressive snakes, like cobras can be very aggressive snakes. Even them, they're not so aggressive, like compared to other animals. So this is what I'm saying, man, this connection. It's just people are just don't spend time in nature and jungles and they're just afraid of things. There's nothing to be afraid of. You have a higher chance of dying in a car crash than getting bitten by a snake.
Yes. Talk about your writing journey. Like, how did it came into your mind, the stories that, I will write these experiences. And if you have, something to share about, like, in your families, you have any writers who contacted in you, like in your family? That's why something happened
man.
like that?
I come from a business family, first generation business family, from my father's side. And we grew up very middle class. And no writers in the family. I have a sister who's an artist, so her and me are the only creative people in the family, actually.
Okay.
And I never got trained as a writer. And I've read a lot, but I never trained. I never imagined I would be doing any of these things. I never, in my wildest of dreams, imagined. Never. So I always say, man, life is unknown. All you can do is you gotta follow the heart and you just gotta go for it, and then everything just happens, and I think the key is to keep choosing what you love, be it people wise, be it what you like doing, and even if, let's say, you think you are not able to choose, but you are always able to choose. If you cannot choose to be in something, you can choose to get out of something, towards something. So there is a choice. Like the human condition is that it gives you a choice.
Yes.
Whatever situation you are in. Like, I'm not talking about if you're completely in poverty and there's no food or water on the table. That's a different scenario. But if you are you have a house, you have food on the table, you have a choice. So we need to get out of that victim mindset as well. Life is we don't know, man. Life is full of surprises, and we cannot know everything and we cannot plan everything, and we need to really trust. And this is basically everything I'm saying to you is what I'm telling myself as well. it's like self-therapy. That's yes. Actually therapy for others, which is the best though. So I don't feel like I'm telling you anything, sharing.
Yeah, man, I don't want this podcast to end.
We don't know much, man. And in terms of writing the books, they just happened as a byproduct of what was going on in life, the changes that were happening, which were so exponential. They still are, I've lived a life where I almost became a monk, lived that life to now being married to someone and having a family and all of that. So I've experienced a lot of different sides of life in a very short span of time, and I think that gives me some kind of I think insight into not what life is, but how life is just unpredictable, and all we do through everything is just to be more present as much as we can, to trust, to believe, to listen to our heart, love over everything else, and really trust, man. The trust is an important one. Trust in ourselves and trust in others. I think there's a lack of trust in the world today, like huge lack of trust in them, in ourselves, and which goes on to lack of belief in ourselves. That's why we have to believe in a god or a symbol or a person outside of us. All of this is coming from that space. Like if people believed Like the God is here, man. It's inside us. Like this is God. It's not that complicated. I can be going everywhere, Himalayas, Amazon, blah 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 blah. But if I'm not getting this simple message in myself and not able to practice it, it doesn't matter, Somebody may never have traveled and can understand this instantly and is able to practice it. We are gods. Like if you take out the ego part of it, we are gods. It's all inside us. So the belief that happens in that source inside us, and trust happens in that source inside us. So basically, if I'm God inside me, you are the same. So if I'm trusting inside me, I'm trusting the God inside you. So that is the space to be arriving in. And it's hard living in this world because a lot of times people will do what they will do, they will deceive you, they will challenge you, blah blah blah, but there will also be people who will not do that.
Yes.
So one of such people is gonna be worth it, even if you have to go thousands of people who are not worth it. You have to keep trusting and keep believing and keep choosing love.
Absolutely.
No matter what happens, no matter how much hurt, no matter what you lose financially, no matter what you lose materialistically, like none of it matters at the end of the day. You're gonna leave this body, man. It doesn't matter. So how much you truly lived in this body while you were alive is the only thing that matters. So you gotta live like that every day, man.
And there's a lot of things we have to learn from you. There's a lot of experiences you have inside you, and as I said earlier, we don't want this podcast to end, but we have a time limit. So Karthik, I have a lot of topics left that I wanted to talk with you, but we'll do in another episode, and I'm sure audience, all of our loved it and gain so much of experiences, so much of जो कि चीज़ें जो वो नहीं भी जानते थे वो भी उनको काफ़ी पता चली आपके थ्रू. सो हम चाहेंगे कि आप आगे भी हमारे एपिसोड में आएँ और just for our young audience to know these things, to learn from it. So just for the last message, if you have anything in your mind to say for our young audience, so please share something.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for having me on this podcast. Actually, I'm doing a podcast after a long time because I was in Brazil before this, and even before that, I was a bit off social media for some time. So I'm only recently coming back more active and sharing again with people because I was taking just some time to get more clarity in myself to what truly is it that I want to share with people. And what truly is it that who am I? I was going through that self-inquiring journey, and this happens a lot, I think, for creative people, for spiritual people. It's not something that you figure out who you are once and it's over. No, it's something that you have to keep going through time to time and rediscovering and reinventing yourself or re-breaking yourself. It's not about inventing, it's about breaking yourself, actually. So yeah, I think the one last message to be shared is to keep doing that. Keep breaking yourself. Like whatever you're thinking, where is it coming from? What you are, why you're doing what you're doing, where does it come from? And to really break out of the frequency of fear. I think fear is the number one killer, man. Nothing kills more than fear. Like if you have no fear, even death cannot kill you. Because who gets killed when you die? That's the question I would leave you with. You can inquire about it. Who gets killed when you die? So if you can really get to the answer of it through your own understanding and experience, you will keep on letting go of your fear, because fear is what's killing you. It's not.
Some deep thoughts you have shared in the last message with us, and I'm sure सभी लोग काफी ज़्यादा enjoy कर रहे होंगे podcast को, and I know you're feeling the same thing I'm feeling, the audience. So make sure you guys go and check out all of these books from Karthikeya. These are the wonderful books, Dream Beyond Shadows, Life Unknown, and the latest one is The Unheard. Please go and check out. It's available all on the marketplaces, available online, and give reviews after reading how you feel about it. And yeah, please share. Karthik is he's available all of the places. The main, I think, the Instagram. So go and consume what he's talking, what his mission about the unheard. The mission that he shared with us, the unheard. So go and check out all of these places, and I'll leave the link below in the description. Thank you so much, Karthike. It's been a wonderful
Thank you,
experience
brother.
having you, talking to you.
Take care. Great to be here.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, man.